Yo, what's going on, everybody? It is the Flying Pig here on Flying Pig United. Good evening to you all. We're here back for another cheeky little video. The Monday show after the night before, the weekend, the hangover, whatever you want to call it, the gastastic, deflated feeling of a start to another shit season, etc. That's what today is, Blue Monday. And not blue as in any kind of team colour, but blue as in how we're feeling. Because it is a shit feeling starting another season in such a gash way and playing such dross, absolute guff, Dutch Kojak football. It really is pathetic. We're going to get into all of it and the fallout and all the latest bits and bobs of information we've got in this video this evening. Big ups to everybody in the live chat. Thank you for joining. Let's have a little look, see who's in here. Do us a favour as well at the start of this one, and please do give us a massive like spike. Hit the thumbs up button on it. Let's get 100 likes. Also, share us around. You can retweet the post that's pinned to the top of the live chat if you want to do that, and we'll shout you out later on in the show. Nice one. Give us a follow there also if you're not. But hello to everyone in the live show. Rajat, CJ's, Emily, Triple Threat, Larry, Johnny, Rajat, I Speak Whale, Kingslayer, Sevi, Rajat, Albert, Bruce, Dan, what's up there, Mags, Flip, Kingslayer, Batmouse, PJ, Clarky, Rajat, Mohammed, everybody who's in here, thank you so much for getting in here for tonight's show. Big up yourselves. Also, welcome in to the Bacon Brigade, everybody. Stay Gold, who's become a member of the channel once again. Get your favourite emote in there to welcome in Mr. Stay Gold. Thank you, Stay Gold, for the support. Good evening, Wumpfoot, Jack. How you doing? Scott, Rajat. Hey, what's going on there, Plasto's Pokemon? Emily, James, Dan, PJ, Orange Soda. You know what, guys? I'm absolutely pissed off. You know, Dr. Eggman's fucked it, to be honest with you. What's he done? He's spent $500 million. He's had loads and loads of time, and he's got us playing like absolute shite. Still. It's another start to the season playing like shite. Old Poundland Erik Ten Hag looking in a bloody gastastic, guffed up mirror of himself over there at Pig in Liverpool, takes the job over. Got them playing nice football, different style of football to Kloppy overnight as well, I might add. Slightly different, noticeably different style of football, I might add. And he's done that in what, a couple of fucking weeks? You know, Ten Hag's had in excess of 2 years and in excess of £500 million in order to get this team playing like absolute fucking crap. So, sorry to say, Ten Hag out. You know, we obviously it was maybe you think it's knee-jerk after a few games of the season. It's not just a few games of the season. Look, there's some quotes here from Erik Ten Hag, okay, after the game. He was getting very defensive indeed, because he's being questioned about why is your team so shit, Eric? That's basically what he's being questioned about, and he's obviously getting very defensive because, well, his job is on the line and he knows that his team's playing like shite, and he can't seem to coach them to play any better than that. But he was asked about, you know, the situation. He said basically, in regards to how he's coaching the side, he said, are you sure? I don't think so. Or you wouldn't win trophies like we did and to beat big opponents. I'm sorry for you. After Manchester City, we won the most trophies. I'm sorry for you. Like getting very defensive there with a journalist. And he also said in regards to, you know, the coaching issue, he said, you know, oh, that's the same quote. This is a different one. He said, I'm not Harry Potter as well. He said, Manuel Ugarte hasn't played in this season so far. He needs to build his fitness. It will take weeks. Fair enough. Yeah, we know you're not Harry Potter, mate, to be honest, because Harry Potter's got hair. And also, secondly, why don't you Expelliarmus yourself back the fuck to Holland, lad? If you are Harry Potter, if you were Harry Potter in the universe of Harry Potter, my son. This ain't fucking Quidditch! This is Manchester United! And if it was Quidditch, you would be shite at it, lad. Or coaching it anyway, because obviously you can't get this team playing particularly well. Here are our last 10 competitive games under Erik Ten Hag. Right here. 1-1 draw against Burnley, 4-0 loss against Palace, 1-0 loss against Arsenal, 3-2 win against Newcastle, 2-0 win against Brighton, 2-1 win against City. 1-1 lost on pens against City, 1-0 against Fulham. I mean, this is shite. Okay, we did get some decent results in there against some big teams, but this is shite. That's our last 10 competitive games, obviously going into last season. But what has actually changed over the course of the summer, apart from some personnel changes? I don't see any sort of change in the way we're actually approaching things, the way we're going about it. Look at all the players Erik Ten Hag has signed since he's been the manager here, folks. Okay, look at all of these players that he's signed. Total spend, £616 million. Anthony, Rasmus, Casemiro, Mount, Yoro, Martinez, Ugarte, Onana, De Ligt, Xerxes, Mazraoui, Malacia, Eriksson. A whole team's worth of new players is what we've signed, guys, under Erik Ten Hag. And arguably, we're worse off than we were before. It's actually that is how bad it is, guys. Arguably, we spent £660 million and we're still absolutely shite. So these are lots of money. This is lots of money. This is lots of backing for Erik Ten Hag. He's had plenty of time. He's had plenty of money. We wanted him to be successful. But I just feel like we're kind of flogging a dead horse or a bald horse. Or whatever you want to say. We're flogging something anyway. A mule. We're flogging a dead mule at the moment with Erik Ten Hag. Because, nothing's changing. He's so bloody pig-headed and stubborn. Because, he doesn't see the actual easy things that are in front of him. I.e., why the fuck are you getting Marcus Rashford playing and not Amad Diallo from the start? I think that's a big, big loss for that first half, was Amad Diallo not being in the side. And he was just our player of the month. He was our best player in the opening games of the season. He was our best player in pre-season. Look, here's some statistics in the second half here. Amad played just 22 minutes against Liverpool, but carried the ball into the penalty area twice as many times as any other Manchester United player. Yeah, because he's better than any other twat we've got on the right side. It's fucking obvious, Erik Ten Hag, lad. And he's in proper fucking form, lad. Proper form. So why is he not starting the game? It's infuriating stuff, that's all I'm saying. So, he's obviously made some big fundamental errors here, guys. You can say what you want about his signings, but actually, how's about the selections and how's about the coaching to have this team playing a certain way? There needs to be some sort of emphasis on changing the way we play. But it's actually just the same old shit. Man United now sit down in bloody wallowing 14th, 15th place, wherever it is, -3 goal difference. It's same old shit. I'm sure we've had enough, guys. Smash a 69 in the chat if you've had enough of this Dutch Kojak. Mate, thank you very much, Solly, for gifting out a membership on the channel, lad. Get some love in there for Solly. It's gone to Neil O'Driscoll. Big up to yourself, Solly Griffin. Hope you're doing well today, my son. Nice one. Also, big up Zayn Mayassi. Oh, here we go. He says, is Ten Hag Potter or not? Or is he? What? Expelliarmus yourself out of here, Zayn Mayassi, lad, with that nonsense. No, fair enough. I mean, he's definitely not Harry Potter, is he, mate? No, he's certainly not. You're a wizard, Harry. He's certainly not a wizard. He's not a wizard, mate, at all. He's not even a witch or a warlock or anything magical whatsoever, mate. No, he's definitely a complete muggle, with the emphasis on the mug. You know what I'm saying? I don't even like Harry Potter. I'm just using all of my fucking Harry Potter knowledge right here, pulling all these fucking words out. I tell you what, he's a muggle, lad. That's what he is. Zayn Mayassi, cheers very much indeed for the super chat, though. But yeah, I mean, you scummers must be loving this. That's it. I mean, rival fans. I saw a lot of comments on my post-match video saying from all these gashtastic rival fans, oh, Erik Ten Hag, another 10-year contract. Oh, I hope Erik Ten Hag stays for the whole season. All this shite. Because they know that he's actually going to get us playing more or less like Gash. And so, yes, they do want, obviously, us to keep him. I personally have got to that stage now where I've lost a lot of faith in him. You can blame the Glazers and how they've run the club over the years. They're absolutely pathetic and gash, and they really have hindered every bloody coach who's been in there since they've been in charge post-Fergie. And obviously, you can blame a lot of the players and personnel that we've had. But Ten Hag's actually assembled his own team now. This is Erik Ten Hag's team. He's had plenty of time. He's had in excess of 2 years. That's longer than most managers get in this industry these days. And not only that, he's had huge amounts of money to invest. He's invested a lot of money. He's been able to shape the side and get exactly the players that he wants from his ex-experiences with his ex-leagues and ex-teams and whoever he wants he's been able to get. And what has he served us up with? Absolute stone-cold shite. Oh, fucking hell, Zayn Mayassi says, that was your greatest meltdown pig classic. Well, it's just time is up. Time is up. We've almost, in my opinion, exhausted our direction with Erik Ten Hag, because now it's like if we just do stick with him and just blindly go with him, we're probably going to just completely gash up another season. It's another season just dead, gone in the water, completely dead. What is the point of doing that when you could perhaps maybe make some sort of a change and then be able to perhaps go in a new direction, a better direction, a direction that doesn't result in you sinking to the bottom of the fucking ocean floor, already after 3 games. I mean, what do you think, guys? Stick or twist? Let's get a little vote in the live chat. Stick or twist? Would you stick with Ten Hag regardless until at least the end of the season and then decide? Or would you twist and try and get somebody else in there as soon as possible? See what you guys are saying. Indy says twist. Yeah, beat it, says PJ. Twist says views from the bits. Fair play, G-Wolf says stick. Yes, G-Wolf lad. Hero says you got to twist. Get rid, sack, twist. Twist to Southgate. Well, I certainly would not twist to Southgate. Stick. Beat it, twist, stick. Okay, fair enough. Well, a lot of people have also grown weary of this nonsense and these post-match discussions and, his overall demeanour and how he carries himself, and obviously how he's very defensive in the light of us being overall very bad. Should just be very much holding your hands up and saying, yes, we're crap. We need to get a lot better. But rather than saying, oh, well, we win the trophies, we won trophies, we're the best team here winning trophies apart from Man City, obviously, last year, all this guff that he's trying to defend himself with. I don't know if you saw some quotes surface from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer a few years ago, where he was basically saying, cup wins and trophy wins, they're there for the ego. What really determines how good of a team you are is your Premier League performance. It's where you finish in the Premier League over the course of a 38-game campaign up against all the other teams, got to play them all twice. That's a measure. That's the best measure of where you're at as a football team. And I completely agree with that. And that's completely contradictory to what Erik Ten Hag said, which is essentially we're shite, but we're still picking up trophies. It's going to be a big work in progress. It's going to take fucking years. But he's already had years. He's already should be progressing. Already should be at the point where we're seeing noticeable improvements. But it's actually just the same repetitive guff from last year. So that's why I've had enough of him. But also I do believe that if we just stick with him, we'll probably hurt ourselves for another season gone. And I ultimately think that the final conclusion of this is going to be the same anyway, however long that we wait to make the decision, which is probably in a couple of months' time, December, November, January, somewhere around about there. This Dutch Kojak might well be sacked off. And it may well come sooner than that. It may well be longer than that. But I ultimately I've basically lost the faith in what we're trying to do anyway. And I don't see any stylistic difference whatsoever from a year ago and after spending a couple of $100 million more. I don't see any difference really at all, this season from last whatsoever. If anything, you could argue that it's been worse. Sure, there's obviously players that are to blame as well for some of our recent performances. I mean, if you think about players like Casemiro, Casemiro was absolutely awful in that game. He literally gifted them 2 goals. You can't really attest for that, I suppose, if you're the manager. You've set your team up to play a certain way. Obviously, they're not playing that way. It's not gelling whatsoever. The players are passing around like a hot potato. There's so much turnover of possession, it's unreal. You gift in the passes, gifting the ball away to them non-stop. It wasn't just Cass who was at that, by the way. Every player in United's team was struggling with just playing simple passes in that game against Liverpool. It was Sunday League levels of passing. And Casemiro, obviously, a couple of big mistakes from him cost us. Look, let's have a little look at this, guys. I mean, there is a report coming out here that various reports that Casemiro wasn't really happy with the tactics from last season, and he felt that the tactics didn't help him and exposed his weaknesses. I mean, if that's true, this is via Andy Mitten, but if it's true, I can't really fault him, blame him for that, because often Casemiro is kind of just left exposed there to try and protect the back line. And he's not a Kante type player. He's not the most of mobile players. He's obviously never really been the most mobile player. So he is being asked to do a lot last season he was anyway, which I guess exposed him. Yes, okay, he's made some absolutely ridiculous errors in the game against Liverpool, but, he's a much better player than that. We all know that. But I think his time is pretty much coming to an end as a top player. That has to be said. He's had an incredible career. His missus is sharing a picture of his trophy cabinet on Instagram, defending her hubby and everything today. And fair play, he's had a tremendous career. Nice one. But that doesn't help us now. That might fucking help Real Madrid in the last 15 years of their career, their history. But it does not help Manchester United right now. So there's no room for sentimentality or living resting on your laurels or living in the past at all there for Casemiro. He's got to do the business big time. But I can understand why he may well be frustrated playing a certain way under Erik Ten Hag, because that double pivot and everything, the 4-2-3-1 that Erik Ten Hag is so stuck in his ways with, that is not working for us and hasn't worked for us for a long time. In my opinion, the way in which we set up doesn't really benefit Casemiro whatsoever. Let's have a little look at these stats, though. So Casemiro's game by numbers versus Liverpool, they do not make for good reading. 13 times possession lost. One error leading to a goal, more or less two, though. So Casemiro had an absolute stinker of a game. And as I say, by hindsight, Ahmad had a good 22 minutes when he came on, making things happen. But Erik Ten Hag, I'm sorry, it's him making a lot of mistakes as well. So yes, the players have been shy. Yes, the players are not up to it. But it's a lot of these players that you've signed are maybe the problem. Players like, I think Andre Onana looked crap again in that game against Liverpool. Well, okay, you can't blame him for us getting sived open and the mistakes, giving the ball away at the back. But still, he doesn't look like he's getting anywhere near the bastard ball ever, this guy. And he's supposed to be a top keeper. He's not a top keeper, and now we've got this team that Ten Hag's assembled. We've backed him with 600 million quid, and he's assembled this team, and we might well have to sack him off at some point soon. And then somebody else is going to come in and have to take over this Ten Hag, and it's going to repeat the whole process again. You either do that, though, or the other alternative is that Erik Ten Hag stays and you just back him, and then regardless of how shit we do, you just stick with him, like you did with Fergie, I suppose. But you're asking a lot if you think that Erik Ten Hag is going to turn a corner at some point, be the next Fergie, Like, that, he was a 1 in a million fella. And, okay, he did have a bad start, and they did back him, but it's a totally different situation and scenario. It's had 600 mil and 2+ years now. I mean, Ancelotti next year, well, let's face it, Rashad, we would have had Ancelotti this year if he was available, or some top manager if he was available. They talked to Tuchel. They're flirting with other managers in the summer. They decided it wasn't worth getting rid of Erik Ten Hag at this moment in time after that FA Cup win, because there was nobody else better available at the time that wanted the pigging job. That's the only reason he kept his job. He's lucky that they won the FA Cup, obviously, because otherwise he probably got sacked regardless. Because he won the FA Cup and because there was nobody else available, they stuck with the guy. But I don't know, maybe they've made the move of bringing Ruud van Nistelrooy into the coaching staff as some sort of backup option if he does get sacked off mid-season. By the way, OG, thank you so much. He says Erik Ten Hag has run out of smokes. It's time to go. OG, thank you so much there for your super chat. Very, shrewdly put there, my son. I think you're absolutely spot on. I think the time has come, but they won't make the decision. I'm talking about this like it's actually a possibility, like they may sack off Ten Hag after the start of the season. They won't. He's going to be here for at least a couple of months more, at least. But I think by then the damage will be done. I can't see us making any changes. He's too damn stubborn. He's got some sort of fetish for Marcus Rashford, or either it's written into his bloody contract, or whatever the case may be. I don't know what it is. But there's some weird reason why Marcus Rashford keeps getting in the team. He's literally a golden child to Erik Ten Hag, whatever the case may be. He just gets him in the team regardless, even if he's shite, even if he doesn't perform. Garnacho struggled to get into the team this season, which is weird, because he's basically our best wide player, and he started in the last game, but on the other side, and Rashford still started. Ahmad, our player of the month, our most effective player of the first few games of the season, was benched. I cannot understand it, and I thought that his substitutions were gastastic as well in the game. So, okay, easy to say with hindsight, but you just want to see United doing well. We just wanted to see Erik Ten Hag doing well. He has been backed. And I'm sorry, but he's failed already this season in a lot of ways. It's very early. Okay, maybe it's a bit knee-jerk, but it's not just 3 games in and 3 points and, we've got to play catch-up. It's what it really means as the overall situation at United. You can see when we're playing against teams how poor we are. First 45 minutes against Liverpool, we've given the ball away an insurmountable amount of times. It was absolutely insane. And like the way we're playing, the style of football, there's no change from Erik Ten Hag's Manchester United in many months since the last season. So I'm gutted. And we've also signed new players. I don't blame Joshua Zirkzee for being absolutely shit in front of goal. It's his first start or whatever for the team. He's not played a lot of football. The conditioning's not there. The sharpness isn't there. Still think he'd be a good player, but yes, he was absolutely shite. But I'm not going to blame the new signings, but there's certainly a lot of Erik Ten Hag signings that he's made over the years which have just failed. If we actually just go through very quickly the list of signings, hang on a second, we've got a super chat here from Zane. He says, what happens if they hire Southgate? Then we all become FC United of Manchester fans, mate. I don't know. No. I don't know, they're not going to do that, Simiasi, lad. That would be absolute suicide for Ineos. Could you imagine them sacking off Erik Ten Hag and appointing Gareth Southgate? That would be suicide for them guys. Anthony Conte, thank you so much for your super chat as well there, my son. Hey, what's going on there, Gav's Highlights? Get in there, you absolute legend. Big up yourself. Stephen Shipman, Abano Valdez, couple of absolute legends getting in here as well. Rush Mano, you thought our defence was decent. It was our midfield that got found out. Oh, our midfield got absolutely run over like it wasn't even there. Big ups there, look out. Thank you very much indeed for the Red Devil emoji there, you legend. Nice one. Let's just have a look at these signings very quickly and we'll just play a little game. Okay? So these are Ten Hag's major signings. In fact, let me move it over here so we can still see the live chat here, and let me just shrink it down a little bit there. Actually, wait. Okay, I'll just move over here for a second. Let's just play a little game here, right, guys? Okay, we need to say whether it was a flop or a hit in terms of his signing so far, okay? So let's go with Anthony. Anthony is a flop. Anthony's an absolute flop. Have your votes in the live chat. But Anthony Dos Santos, what a waste of money, 85 mil, and he's shite. He's just a backup now. It's quite sad. I mean, I do like his mentality in some ways. I'd rather a player like him than Sancho. But in terms of his actual effectiveness for Manchester United, what a shatter. Okay, Rasmus Højlund, guys. Rasmus Højlund, flop or hit? I mean, he's definitely not a flop. He's definitely not a hit. I guess he's somewhere in between. You know what I mean? But he's not a flop. He's not a flop. People put him flop there. I don't think he is a flop. He's a young kid. He actually came into a struggling side. He did score some goals last season. I don't really think he's a flop personally. I think we've just got to put a big question mark over Rasmus Højlund at this moment in time, rather than just say he's a hit or a flop. It's too early to tell. Yeah, Jonathan Gallagher says early stages, 100%. Anthony Conte says something must be done before saying City. Excuse me, Anthony, something must be done before saying City. Huh? What? Something must be done before saying City. Don't know what you're talking about there, my friend. But anyway, thank you so much for the super chat there. Oh shit, by the way, we've got 379 legends in the live chat here tonight. Big up everybody in the live chat. Do us a favour if you're just joining, hit the like button on it. How many likes are we on? We've currently got 146. Decent. Everyone take a second to hit that thumbs up button if you haven't done so and help us get to 200 likes. Also, if you're new to the show, hit the subscribe button because we're trying to get to 83,700 subscribers. We're only 17 away now, so hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel. Get involved, play along with us in the live chat here, because we're going for all the signings here very quickly. Anyway, oops, hang on, I've messed up. Okay. Casemiro, guys, Casemiro. Right, first season we would have said hit, but now Casemiro is an absolute floppy jalopy, isn't he? He's a flop and a half, guys, because he costs so much money as well. Fair enough if you sign him on a free transfer. He's actually cost so much money. He's at the tail end of his career, and he's paid so much money every week, and he's just lost it. Last season he was crap for almost the entirety of the whole season, and he started this season very poorly as well. Yeah, flop. Yeah, hit, says Indy. Flop, flop. Indy says hit, sadly flop. Flop, says G-Wolf, was a hit. Well, the first season, he was a hit. And I understand the points. There were some quotes from Cassie recently saying like, oh, I was really one of the best signings of the season in the first season. That's what people were saying. And now everyone's saying I'm finished. I understand that it must be frustrating, but we've seen a decline. Last season, he was consistently pretty subpar. And he started in much in the same way. He did have one good game this season, but the inconsistencies come into his game. Mate, big ups yourself there, Anthony. He says, meant something must be done before playing against City. Oh, right, Anthony. Sorry, my bad. Yeah, got you there, Anthony. Oh, a lot must be done, mate. A lot must be done. I mean, God knows where we start with that, my friend. I don't even really feel confident going up against sort of any team at the minute, really. You know, never mind the top teams like City. When you see how we do against Brighton and sort of good mid-table teams, it's a concern, isn't it? Nice one for that, Anthony Conte, though, by the way. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Right, okay, so Casemiro, right, in my opinion, he had a very good season, but obviously now it's looking like it's a bit of a flop because he's cost so much money, he costs so much money, and he's basically a completely depreciating asset who's going to leave us essentially very, very soon for nothing, really. So that's a complete waste of time. Mason Mount, guys, Mason Mount is an absolute flop and a half, man. Dude, if he's not injured, he's just smiling and playing gash. He's really not up to it, I don't think, and that was a poor signing, especially for the amount of money that we paid. So we don't need to dwell too much on that. You know the thoughts on Mason Mount. I think that's a total flop, especially for 60 mil. It would have been a flop for 30 mil based on how he's actually performed. Lenny Yoro, there's no point talking about him because he's only just got here. He's neither. Lisandro Martinez is a hit. Although he was absolutely pretty sus in the game yesterday. But, no, we know what he can bring to the table. He's a passionate, good player. What do you reckon on Lisandro Martinez, guys? Hit or flop? He's got to be a hit for me. Yeah, I mean, he's got the right mentality. He's a bit of a leader. You know, is he Vidic? Not yet, but I guess he's still got potential to be so if we can get the whole team actually playing properly and actually get the team coached right. Maybe Lisandro would be a top baller for us. There's no point discussing Manuel Ugarte. Right, Andre Onana, guys. It just feels stupid to even ask. He's obviously a complete flop. He literally defines the word flop with his floppy hand, mate. He needs to get some wrist rigidity. You know what I mean? And then maybe, just maybe, he might be a better goalkeeper. But he's so floppy, mate. He's so floppy. So he is a flop, unfortunately. You know, Fiorentina got David De Gea recently. He's come in there the first game. He's had a man of the match performance. He's made 8 saves. He saved a penalty that's won them the game. He's one of the best shot stoppers over the last 15 years in terms of goalkeepers. And now we've got Mr. Biscuit Wrist. You know what I mean? It's fucking mental. Literally, there's more rigidity in a rich tea biscuit dunked in a super hot cup of tea for 10 whole seconds than there is in Andre Onana's wrist, I'm telling you. Dead hand gang, exactly, PJ, exactly. So, yeah, he's obviously a flop, guys. He's obviously a flop. You're undecided with Onana? Yeah, fair enough, but De Gea was a kid when he came in, though. Andre's a man. Thank you, Movers and Shakers, for the super chat there. He says, man who catch fly with chopstick, accomplish anything. To make a rock, you need pressure. To make a diamond, you need time. A few Mr. Miyagi quotes. I love that, Movers and Shakers. Thank you very much for getting in there raw with that. Yeah, you know, fair enough. I mean, it's actually quite interesting you should say that because it does actually remind me of trying to catch a fly with a chopstick. That's what it's like watching Andre Onana try and stop a shot, mate. You know what I mean? It's literally like he's trying to catch a fly with chopsticks. So, fair enough. That's actually very appropriate, dude. Thank you very much for that, my friend. Zane says, did you see Beetlejuice 2? He'd do a better job. No, I haven't seen Beetlejuice 2 yet, lad, but I will be soon. Any hoosers, so he's a flop. Matthias de Ligt, no point discussing him right now. He's only just come in, although, look, he's obviously not up to speed at the minute, is he, with the situation? But it doesn't help that there was no midfield in front of him and the team was shite. I mean, even Manu was shite yesterday, and Manu I've barely seen put a foot wrong since he started playing in the first team. So even he was pretty sus. Newswear Mazrui, he looks bright, he looks good. There's no point discussing him, though, because he's just come in. Tyrell Malacia is still a question mark, I suppose, but more leaning towards the flop aspect of things. Because, what's he done? He's done nothing so far since he's come in. He's been out injured for 12 months. But let's hope that he can actually do all right. Lord Lycan, thank you very much for the £1 tip there, my son. I appreciate you that. Nice one. And then obviously Christian Eriksen. Christian Eriksen is not a flop. Because he got him for a free on Brentford, and he's just a squad player. There's no point even discussing Eriksen. But the point I'm making discussing these major signings here, everybody, and us voting on whether they're flops or hits, is that there basically is only about one player, or maybe two, out of all of the signings that Erik Ten Hag has actually made up until this point after a £616 million spend, that are even really all that worthy of playing for Manchester United. I think it's piss poor. It's a piss poor list. When you actually analyse it, you look at how much money's been spent. You see Anthony Dos Gastos at the very top of that list as well for 85 million. You just think, what have we done? What have we done? I think we could have spent a heck of a lot better in certain areas, you know, Onana, Mount, Cassie, these guys in hindsight. Onana in particular, I think is a real foolish one to let David De Gea go. But you know, there's no point trying over spilt milk. We've done it now. We've sold these players. We've got these players in, and this is our team now. But Ten Hag's been backed, and he's been allowed to shape this team, and he might not be here in a couple of months based on his own cash performances. Mate, Luke CX, thank you for your comment here. He comments, the biggest issue is Erik Ten Hag's refusal to acknowledge what is blatantly obvious to the whole world. Yeah, same setup mentality, same problem. Good call. 100% agree with you there, Luke. You know, if he was just quite happy to change things to identify that we are very much poor in terms of the setup and the actual style of football that we're trying to play, and to make some fundamental differences. I'd like to see United play a 4-3-3. I'd like to see us play some real attacking direct football. I'd like to see us just go for it. If I was Ten Hag at this stage, I would just give the fans sort of what they're craving, which is a team that attacks and plays attacking football and commits to attack. That's what we can do. I don't mind conceding 3 goals if you score 4. That's not the point I'm making here. But we haven't really hardly scored any. I think we scored like 2 goals this season so far. To put it into perspective, Erling Haaland has scored 7 on his own in those 3 games. You know what I mean? And Man United have scored like 2 goals. Come on, something's up here, guys, with the way we create an attack. Even if we're losing games against the Scousers or whoever, we should be a team capable of creating chances, scoring chances against anybody. If you think about, say, like a Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool over the years, they didn't always win. Sometimes they're too gung-ho. Sometimes they leave themselves exposed at the back. But they always try to go out there and play attacking football. And that's what United should be doing, especially with Ten Hag's back against the wall. But unfortunately, he's stuck in his Dutch Kojak ways, and he just doesn't want to change anything. So while he's not prepared to change, while he's still playing players like Rashford, while he's got players benched like Diallo, I can't get behind what he's trying to do, and it's just got to that point where I've had a little bit of enough of it, guys, to be honest. And maybe we could get somebody better in. The question is, who? The question is, who is available right now to take over? There, again, probably isn't anybody perfect, so you're playing the waiting game a little bit, but in a couple of months' time, the damage will be done, and he'll probably get sacked off. There you go. Exactly, there is no style, is there, Neil Driscoll? You're absolutely spot on. You're absolutely right. Hey, get in there, Jarvis. You're back in the manager. 3rd season syndrome hasn't helped us much in the future. Fair enough, Jarvis. Yeah, well, he had the 2nd season syndrome, which was gash. For sure, had a 2nd season after a good 1st season. 3rd season syndrome, is that a thing? Isn't that about the time when you should start getting good? You know what I mean? But fair enough. No, I respect that. I mean, look, I wasn't even thinking that we'd be talking about this sort of stuff after 3 games. Honestly, but the nature of which we lose against Liverpool, the way we've gone against Brighton, the start to the season, the spend this summer, nothing's changed, nothing's got better, and I can't do it anymore. Ten Hag should just identify as Pep or Klopp. Yeah, good one, Zane. You what? Maybe you should identify as a Chelsea fan or something, Jamie Asley. Then you might know what it feels like to actually fucking win Champions League. You know what I mean? Maybe that's the case, Zane. Anthony Conte says thoughts for Arne Slot in upcoming Europa League. I think that United are going to obviously get into the latter stages of Europa. We've got some tough ties in there. That one against Jose's Fenerbahce, and obviously Porto and Rangers. There's some tough ties in there for us, but I'm pretty sure we'll progress. And in regards to Arne Slot, I mean, what can you say about Arne Slot? Arne Slot, unfortunately, has slotted right in there at Anfield at Liverpool, hasn't he, already? Yes, okay, I guess it's a much easier situation to be taken over a successful team with a really good set of players, to the point where you don't really even need to re-sign any players in the summer. They only got Chiesa, right, who didn't feature against us. They basically didn't sign anybody else other than that. So, but it's a great situation that the club's in. He's come in, right? He's obviously done well with them at the start of it. What can you do more than what he's done so far? They're playing a good style. But what I would say is I'm impressed not just by the fact that they're winning, but by the fact that they have changed their style a little bit. I've been talking about this a little bit in watch-alongs and stuff. Sorry for repeating myself for anybody that's heard. But the way in which they've changed their style in just a short few weeks, I think it's noticeable. And I think it's a much more Manchester City-esque way of playing, where you've still got that direct attacking approach. However, it's a little bit more patient. It's a lot more slow in the build-up. The possession, it's not that crash-bang wallop heavy metal football that Jurgen Klopp was playing. You can noticeably see a difference. You can see that he's playing a more possession, a slightly more patient style, right? Already that's happened. So if he can do it, why can't Ten Hag do it? Why can't Ten Hag, after 2+ years, get them to play a certain way? So that's what I'm saying. Yeah, look, you see, the right, and who knows? Who knows what's going to happen with Arne Slot? I still think he's probably going to struggle a little bit this season, because it is going to be tough taking over from Klopp. But he started well. He started very well. But yeah, thank you very much for that there, Anthony Conte. I appreciate you, my man. Let's go. 410 legends watching. Nice one, guys. Hey, we're only 15 away from 83.7k subs. Hit the subscribe button down below if you're new. Get involved in the chat. Smash the likes on it as well. We're on 213 likes. Let's aim for 300 then during this stream. Thank you, everyone, for hitting the like button there. Nice one. Okay, right, guys. Anyway, that's basically all I really wanted to say anyway. It's just that I'm very disappointed with Ten Hag's responses, talking about the fact that he's a Billy Big Bollocks winning trophies at the football club, and that's what's more important. I think a good measure of where the football club is at is how we actually play on a week-to-week basis. And also the Premier League, like Ollie said a few years back, the Premier League is a good indicator of where you're at as an actual team. The trophies and the competitions, they can be somewhat for the ego. Think about it. The Scousers won the Champions League when Steven Gerrard was there, and Benitez. Did they ever win the Premier League? No, they fucking did not. Because it's the hardest thing to win. It's the hardest measure. It's the best measure of where you're at as a team. Because if over a 38-game season you are the best or you're playing really good stuff, that's a good indicator of where you're at. But the cups, I agree with what Ollie said in a way. In some ways, the most important things are the trophies, because you don't want to just be a shit team like Spurs, who never win any trophies, or Newcastle United, or one of these teams that are sort of there and thereabouts, but they never win anything. You don't want to be that. So you do want to get the trophies, I get that. But that doesn't mean that you are in a good place right now. Yeah, very disappointed with that. I think some of his comments after the game were a little bit poor and just very defensive. And the form that the team is in and the signings that he's made, it's all an absolute shit show, guys. There you go. There you go. So those are my thoughts on the Erik Ten Hag situation at Manchester United. I think he's probably going to end up just lasting until about November or December, and they'll ultimately have to make the decision after we're wallowing in like 7th or 8th place with basically a 0 goal difference. That's my prediction for this season, sadly. And I don't want it to be like that at all. I really don't. But after the start that we've had and the lack of transition into any sort of a good team that we've seen, I don't have any faith. Let's get into the live chat, guys, and see what you guys are saying about this whole situation. Thanks everyone who's in here. Bunch of absolute legends in here. Big ups to everybody in the chat. Zane says, why didn't you go for Slot before Ten Hag? Well, on paper, Zane, Ten Hag was much more reputable at that stage. He'd done well, winning lots of things in Holland. He'd obviously got Ajax to the semi-finals of the Champions League, which was more of an achievement than what Slot had done, right? So at the time, the reputability of Erik Ten Hag was much higher. Slot wasn't even in the picture at all by then, lad. So that's the real reason. In hindsight, the Ten Hag appointment was, well, I guess it's still up in the air. He was good in his first season. Lord Lycan, thank you very much for that super tip there as well, lad. Let's go, Lord Lycan. Thank you so much. Nice one. I appreciate that. Really? Really, Jackson? Yeah, so I've been following some of this stuff going on earlier. Let's have a little look just quickly at Fab's page real quick, just see what the latest update is. Yeah, 7 minutes ago, breaking Victor Osimhen to Galatasaray. Here we go, deal done. Wow, that's a shit move for him. Osimhen's release clause will be 75 million euros. Interesting. That's a shit move for him, mate. I'm joking. Galatasaray's a good team. I'm joking. That's a good team. But anyway, fair play. A lot of money involved. That's a surprise. I'm surprised by that. I'm surprised that Gala have managed to pull that off. So you're telling me that Galatasaray can sign a player, like him, and and we can't. Fair enough. Because we should have been linked to that guy a couple of years, really. You give Erik Ten Hag a chance. Fair enough there, Con. Yeah, no, I respect that. I understand that. I mean, I am King Kenny. Yeah, I am. I mean, I was towards the end of the season, before the FA Cup win, and I still was after the FA Cup win. I really was. However, I did say that obviously, the new owners are coming in, or the new people who are in charge, the Ineos in charge of the football operations, are the ones making the decisions. And if they don't have a new candidate who's actually good and available, then they're just going to stick with Erik Ten Hag and then wait until somebody who's actually better comes along, if that's what they need to do. So they've given Ten Hag the chance for another season, his third season. They've backed him, they've given him all the money. And if he doesn't work out, then they've just waited and bided their time and got somebody else. But it does mean another season essentially gone. So, yeah, I mean, I pretty much have been a while from how we've been playing. There were some amazing performances last season. When I say some, I mean some. I mean 3, maybe? I don't know, maybe 3 games? Did we play really well against Forest in one game? And there was that Liverpool quarter-final of the FA Cup and the final in the FA Cup against City and stuff. You've got to say there was some really good individual games in there. But that run to the FA Cup final was pretty hairy at times, guys. It wasn't easy against Newport County, for Pete's sake. It wasn't easy against Coventry City. Do you know what I mean? It was touch and go, guys. It was really touch and go. So, there was an element of good luck to us winning that. Luke CX, thank you for the super chat, says trophies at Man United is the right of entry. Mourinho won a treble and got binned. Like you say, the Premier's the true measure. Spot on, Luke CX. The Premier's a true measure, I believe. Yeah. What's your options then, Pig, to replace him? Well, I think Ruud van Nistelrooy has got to be one of the favourites just to come in, as he's already there. Don't think that's really fantastic in terms of his experience levels, but I don't see how he could be any worse than Erik Ten Hag, to be honest. Then you've got other managers that, just aren't that realistic. I mean, I think we should try and do as good as we can to go and pinch Eddie Howe off of Newcastle, just like we did Dan Ashworth, mate. Do you know what I mean? That's what I would do, because I think he's a great coach who coaches teams to a good standard and they play good football and they're organised. And that's all. That's half the battle, really. Manchester United don't seem organised whatsoever. We don't play good football under our current manager. I really do like Eddie Howe, but would he leave Newcastle right now? Probably not, so it's not that realistic. There's no point talking about Carlo Ancelotti or Unai Emery. Those guys would 100% be top of my list, but they're not going to Manchester United right now in a real bit of turmoil when they've got plum jobs, So, I guess it's Ruud van Nistelrooy, isn't it? Ruud van Nistelrooy, yeah, he did a great job at PSG, says Freedom Johnny. Yeah, fair enough. He's still not got a lot of experience, though, but he did do a good job at PSV, yeah. Big ups for that, though, Luke CX. Nice one. Yeah, no, Howe's not happening, Madhouse. No, he asked me who I would like, and I said Eddie Howe. I do like Eddie Howe, but I'm not saying it's happening. Paul, thank you so much. He says, keep smashing the like button, guys. Thank you, Paul. Nice one, Paul. We're on 241. Nice one, Paul Martinez. That. Olmo, thank you for the super chat. He says, Pig, I want this clown out. I had enough now. This is not the first time this disgrace has happened when we have been piped by big teams. No, we've taken some pipe-ins over the last couple of years. No, you're right. I mean, the 7-0 in itself, just those two fixtures, give Liverpool a bloody aggregate of a 10-0 win. And in all fairness, that 3-0 yesterday could have been 5-0. It's awful, Omo. It's awful. I want to see us going out and dying on our shield in games like that, not cowering and melting and just waiting to be penetrated. We've got to be going out on our shield. You might not be able to best Liverpool right now, but you should be capable of this money we've spent in the team we've been, the players we've got and everything. You should be capable to coach the players to play a certain style of football which can create chances and score goals. You might end up losing the game of football, but we need to try and actually be able to play football. We've got to try and play football. Too negative it is at the moment, and has been for a long time. The prize for the FA Cup does not pay Rashford's wage for 2 months. It's absolute filth. Gattuso, says Rushmano. Omar Barada asked whether they would still believe in Erik Ten Hag even if Manchester United go on a bad run of results. Absolutely. Yeah, no, they're not going to get rid of him, guys. This is just it's a hypothetical chat. I'm saying that the season's going to get away from us if they stick with him, but they're not going to get rid of him. Just understand he is here. You know what I mean? Shazad, how you doing, Shazad Ahmed? What are you laughing at, mate? What are you laughing at? Eddie Howe is a good manager, mate. Honestly, he's a very good coach. He's done well through all levels of the game, taking Bournemouth from literally minus 15 points in League 2 up to the bloody Championship, or whatever it was, went to Burnley, set the foundations there for them getting into the Premier League for several seasons, left there, went back to Bournemouth, got them in the Premier League, stayed there for 5 bloody seasons playing good football with essentially a set of fucking League 1 players, and the odd couple of decent signings here and there. They play good style football, they play attacking football, they play defensively sound football, in terms of what they've got available to them, and he's a good coach. Is he the best coach in the world? No. Can Man United get the best coach in the world at the moment? Probably not. You know what I mean? So, Zinedine Zidane, yeah, apparently he doesn't even want us, mate. So, doesn't really want to come and coach in England, this twat. Maybe Ten Hag has a replica Harry Potter house. Well, it would make sense if he lived under the stairs, mate. You know what I mean? That would explain a few things. If he just lived under the fucking stairs in a cupboard. Thank you, the Mustard, you legend. Yeah, the sign-ins, chappy. Well, some of them I think are going to go and do really good things. But I suppose there's a reason there's not a whole host of other clubs trying to sign these players. Yeah, that's what I think, Ladis. I think Ruud van Nistelrooy is essentially brought in there just in case Erik Ten Hag does melt and we've got somebody in who knows the football club, who's got some managerial experience, who can just take over the reins. 100% think that will happen. Yeah, they didn't down tools under Ollie, says G-Wolf. Oh, man, those days under Ollie compared to some of these days, like the attacking we played in some games under Ollie was quite majestic, actually. We weren't a great team overall, but some of the attacking and the mentality was much better the way we approached actual games. Super chat. Oh, Zane, what have you said now? Zane Miassi says maybe. Oh, I read that one. Yeah. Replica of a Harry Potter house. Yeah, sure. Trust Omar, if not Ineos Pig. I trust them. Fair enough, I trust them. But people can make mistakes, and I think at some point, what I'm saying is, if I had to bet on it, I think Ten Hag's getting sacked off at some point throughout this season, and that will be the point that it comes to them for the realisation that finally he's not the man. And I think that will happen. And I hope I'm wrong. I absolutely hope I'm wrong. And I hope Erik Ten Hag stays into the end of the season, because that means that he's done well enough to get us up there in and around 4th, 5th place at the bare minimum, you know, because that's where he needs to be come in a few months' time. If he's languishing down in 10th place in the table, surely he will get sacked off very, very quickly. I like that, Dan Ashford. I've really enjoyed working with Erik for the last 8 weeks. They're all going to say this, aren't they? He's not going to say, oh, you know what? He's back's against the wall. This Dutch Kojak better fucking sort himself out. Otherwise, he's going to have sucked his last lollipop at Manchester United. You know what I mean? He's not going to say that, is he? Big up there, Jesse Talks Football. How the devil are you doing as well? Welcome in. Yes, Olmo, I absolutely will be playing that. Yes, indeed. Jarvis Cocker says, let's be realistic. A rebuild takes time. Did we really expect to compete for the league this season? No, I didn't. But I expected after spending 616 million and having 2+ years at the football club that we'd be able to play, better than a Sunday league dog and duck team. I mean, that's what I expected. So I 100% understand a rebuild takes time. But a rebuild shouldn't involve a demolition job every other game. There should be some sort of understanding of progress, some sort of style, some sort of improvement, surely. Know what I mean? Yes, good shout there, Benjamin. He says, give Erik Ten Hag until Christmas, and if things don't improve, sack him. I think that's pretty much what's going to happen, yeah. That's pretty much what's going to happen. Ollie was sacked for 13 points off top. Erik Ten Hag's 13 places on top. He really is bad. Yeah, crazy. Reckon you've got 20k Scouse subscribers, mate. Your rants are legendary. Unfortunately, we do have a few Scousers in here. I think most of the people in this channel are obviously Man United fans. Let's ask the chat, guys. Who do you support? Tell us who you support. I think they're mostly Man United fans around here, but obviously a few Scousers have slipped in here. Burble, what's going on, you legend? He says, I don't think it's that bad. Just individual errors costing us a lot at the moment. There were some gash individual errors, but overall, like the actual way we're fizzing the ball around and trying to pass it, that's a fundamental team issue as well. Because every player was at it. There wasn't that understanding or that connection going on, particularly in that Liverpool game. So, yeah, they're definitely individual errors. I mean, also, I guess we were unlucky in that Brighton game when you think about that whole Xerxes off the line incident. Could have gone a different way for us, I suppose. But it didn't. There's no point talking about that because we lost it. Same with that game. It was just, oh man, we were so run over. That midfield, non-existent. They had 5, 6, 7 gilt-edged opportunities against us. I know they're a good team, but we can't afford to allow teams to just get us like that. It happened so many times last season, and it sort of happened again. Thank you, Kevin Kilban. Orient, they're better organised. Thank you, James Beach. Scouse, oh my God, United for 50 years, Ipswich Town, MUFC, Barcelona United, Newcastle. Yeah, we have got a lot of neutrals and stuff in here, and rivals in here, fair enough. Well, thanks for watching, guys, thanks for watching, United, thanks for watching. You support City, but your rants are worth your subscription. Get out, lad. I'm just joking, Mike, big up, thanks for watching. Urbano, you're going to give Piggy a heart attack. What's Urbano said here, lad? Hang on, what's Urbano said? Let me see if I can scroll up and find what he's talking about. Southgate's waiting in the wings for that phone call, Pig G. Don't you dare tempt fate. Do not tempt fate. She's upstairs chilling, actually, Paul Martinez. Yeah, she is in the house, though. Good evening, Simon. You've just missed us basically ranting and talking and discussing the situation with Erik Ten Hag at United. Look, I know nobody wants us to turn into that club where we're chopping and changing managers. I get that. But there's got to be some progress, man. Yeah, fair enough there, Colin Ralph. I mean, I get it, but I'm just so frustrated, mate. So disappointed with how we started and how gash we look. Gareth says you can't expect multiple new players to gel on their first game together. Yeah, Yeah, no, okay, that's true. But also, like, he actually has brought a lot of these players through quite slowly. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's only a couple of players playing in that game that were new. You had Xerxes up the top of the pitch there, and De Ligt to the back right, and I guess Mazraoui as well. So, yeah, fair enough. But a lot of these players have actually played together before. A lot of these players do actually know each other. I'm not saying they're going to get the understanding in a team situation overnight. That's so true. You're absolutely right. But even so, regardless of that, there's no excuses for how shit you've set the team up. United since 67. Go on, Colin. Neil's United since for 60 years. Go on, Neil. LFC, but love you. Thank you, Rita. Should have given Erik Ten Hag a short contract. Yeah, and we gave him another contract. It's mad, isn't it? Absolutely mad. And Maguire coming off the bench and stuff. It's absolutely crazy. No, I didn't back mouse, so I avoided breaking anything. I did break a picture frame. Hey, thank you, Lord Lycan, for becoming a member of the channel, by the way, lad. Come on, get your favourite emoji in there to welcome in Lord Lycan. Thank you, Lord Lycan, you absolute don, for becoming a member of the Bacon Brigade, lad. Cheers for that, dude. Olmo says that Onana's awful, couldn't save a beach ball. Yeah, fair enough. Do you remember that incident where Sunderland versus Liverpool where Pepe Reina got done by the beach ball, lad? It happens. It happens. Ten Hag signing Onana was so bad, giving him out the number 7 was even worse. Spot on, spot on, spot on. Hey, I'm just going to go check out everyone who's given us a repost, guys. The link's at the top of the live chat. Click that link at the top of the live chat. Give us a repost on X. I'm just going to go over there, shout out everyone. Then we get back into the live chat for a couple of minutes, and then we're going to pretty much wrap up the show. I'm doing a cheeky little FIFA stream tonight, FC24 on my gaming channel, seeing in my birthday. It's my birthday at midnight, guys. I'm going to be 37 years of age. I'm going to do a late night FIFA stream going into my birthday. So come and join us for my birthday stream over on the FC24 streaming channel called Flying Pig Gaming. Come and give us a watch after this stream's finished. Nice one. But anyway, Urbano, I don't know what's being said. Sorry, I couldn't even see your message. Is it? Oh, it's because you've changed your avatar, Urbano, lad. That's what it is. I was looking for something else. I couldn't see you there, mate. Happy birthday. Thank you, Master Chief. I appreciate that. Thank you very much, Umar Asim. 37. Man's looking 27. Thank you very much, Umar Asim. So true, Urbano. Yep. Thank you very much, everybody there, for the happy birthday wishes. Thank you, guys. Cheers, guys. Hey, have a good one, Paul. Stay classy. Thanks for watching the stream. Thank you very much there, guys. Age is just a number. Yeah, you're damn right. Probably not CJ's bullies. I've not got much space on my Series S, lad. Oh, yeah, Xerxes in front of goal. Very poor out there. You know, he needs time, doesn't he? He hasn't played a lot of football. He needs to get that sharpness, condition, all that sort of stuff. I think he'll be all right. He's a young player, but he was shit. He was absolutely shit. He basically missed 2 absolute sitters, didn't he, Jarvis? To be fair to Rashford, he set up a couple of good chances, even though he's overall crap. He still actually set up a couple of good chances. If some of his strikers, or, you know, Xerxes had his shooting boots on, just maybe, Rashford might have got himself an assist or a decent performance in the end. Thank you, Dave Lister. Thank you, Ruby. Fair enough. Oh, really, Gavs? Nice one. Virgos unite. Let's go. The Virgins. Do you know what I'm saying? Oh, yes, nice one. There it is. Thank you very much, The Mustard. So I'll just go over and shout out everyone who's reposted us real quick. Give me 2 seconds, and then I'll pin that to the top of the live chat. Thanks for putting that in there, lad. So we've had 7 reposts. Thank you for all the reposts, as it does help us share the show. Big ups to the legends. Kieran, Views from the Bits, Sin Games, G-Wolf United Gaming, oh, Jarvis Cocker, Larry Hasser, and Darko Raja as well. Thank you so much, lads and lasses, for sharing the show around and helping us get it out there. Thank you, Larry. Thank you, dude. I don't know, Rashad, lad. I don't know. We'll see. We're going to do some birthday streams, so we'll see. I was just going to play Foot Champs. Get yourself a Series X, bro. I've got PS5 coming in 2 weeks. Hey, fair enough. I like my Series S. There's nothing wrong with it, mate. Does the job. I probably will upgrade at some point, but it does the job. Thank you very much, Benjamin Turner, you legend. Yes, see you for the FC24 stream. Anyway, guys, yeah, you know, thanks very much for watching. Well, that's worth 350k. I know, it's fucking awful. It is a joke. Thank you very much there, Doggy G. Anyway, thanks very much for watching. The stream over on the gaming channel set up for 11, so just give me 5 minutes, and I'll be right over there. And I'm just going to post, I'm just going to pin that comment that the Mustard put over there in the live chat there to the top. There it is right there. Smash that like over here, guys. We're nearly at 300 likes on this video. Hit the thumbs up before you go over to the gaming channel. Smash that like on this video. Subscribe to this channel, Flying Pig Gaming. We're 11 away from the next milestone of subscribers. So hit the subscribe button if you're new. Come back after this video is finished. Get your thoughts and opinions in about anything we have discussed in this video in regards to like Cassie, Ten Hag, whatever you think is important. Come back afterwards and keep the debate going in the not live comments section, you legends. Nice one. But thank you, Olmo, for the super chat as well, you absolute hero. Oh, he is the mustard, sus as you like. You love your X Series X. Ten Hag should go. A fair play to you, lad. Yes, indeed. No, I'm not 40G Wolf. How dare you? How dare you? You think I look the same age as you, bruh? I'm joking. You look young as well, G. We've had Madhouse. Let's go, Olmo. Thank you, Olmo. I appreciate the support, mate. Thank you very much for the love on the channel there tonight, dude. Thank you, Stay Gold, for becoming a member. All the new people became members. Thank you all the super chatters, people like Zane and all the other legends in here. Thank you to all the moderators in blue as well with the spanners next to the name. Big up yourselves. Thank you so much. And guys, come and join us for a cheeky birthday FC24 late night stream over on the gaming channel. It's pinned to the top. Once again, let me just spam that link in the live chat there. Oh, actually, hang on. Mustard's put a link to the channel, not the stream. Amateur Mustard. I'm joking. Let me put FC24 stream here. There it is. Right, yes, please do come over and join us, guys. And even if you're going to sleep, because I know it's a bit late, or if you've got no interest in FC24, just click that link anyway. Click that link anyway and go over and smash a like on it. And also subscribe to the gaming channel if you want as well. Go over and subscribe there too. Nice one. Thank you very much. Stefan says happy 50th birthday. Thank you, Stefan. Appreciate that. Gareth Southgate, you're currently 33 years old. Go on, Benjamin lad. Thank you, Olmo. Thank you, Stefan. Thank you for all the birthday wishes in advance, guys. It's not actually my birthday yet. I'm 37 at midnight, so, you know, still a little bit of time to go. I'm still 36 for an hour and 2 minutes. I'm going to try and enjoy my last bit of time being 36. Anyway, thank you, Rajat. Nice one. Yeah, give me 5 or 10 minutes. I'll be over on the gaming channel right here. So come back and have your say after in the not live section as well. And just thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. Make sure you guys have a... what the hell's happened here? Hang on, oh, it's the Flying... I must be logged into the Flying Pig Extra channel there. That's weird. Well, you can also subscribe to Flying Pig United Extra right there, guys, as well. But that is the link. I don't even know if that link works, guys. That link doesn't even work, does it? It's not even come through the chat. I'm having a stinker here, guys. Give me a second. Give me a second. I've got to do something about this. Hang on. Yeah, no, that is right, isn't it? I've pinned it to the top. I'm having a stink here, folks. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, guys. Smash the like, smash the subscribe, get yourself in there raw. Go over to that stream there, and I'll see you there in a few minutes' time. I'll try not to be too long, but I just got to change some things over and get set up for the FIFA stream and stuff. There's the link right there, folks. Okay, right, guys. Thanks for watching. You're a bunch of legends. Stay classy. Piggy loves you. Thank you, the Mustard, you legend. Thank you, Ulster, all the mods, all the members. Once again, see you in a bit. And remember, Piggy loves you. Sort your fucking life out there, Erik Ten Hag, you Dutch Kojak, Dr. Eggman wannabe melt. Time is of the essence, and the essence stinks right now. You've got borrowed time, sir. Change it around, get things working, or it's going to be game over. Okay? See you in a bit, folks. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the gaming channel in 5 minutes. And remember, when the seagulls follow the trawler, as this is because they think sardines will be thrown into the sea. Thank you very much.